The ballots have been mailed. August 5th is primary election day in Pierce County. Find out how to register to vote and where to watch the candidates forum for select races. The Tacoma Police Department held an awards banquet honoring the top officers of the past 2 years. National Night Out is almost here. Find out where you can participate in the official city event and gatherings in your neighborhood. We preview the 20th annual In the Spirit Arts Market and Northwest Native Festival. Watch highlights from the latest Porch Fest and Pride Festival. And I'll be talking with Connor Shultz about the Safe Streets organization and how you can get involved. Those stories and more just ahead on Tacoma Report. Welcome to Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. Tuesday, August 5th is primary election day. The ballots have been mailed and now is the time to do your research and become an educated voter.
In this year's primary election, we are asked to choose candidates for Tacoma Mayor, 3 Tacoma City Council seats, at-large position 6, and Council Districts 4 and 5, 1 Tacoma School Board position, a Pierce County Council member, District 5, Port Commission seats 1 and 4, and a new Pierce County Charter Review Commission. This is a big election. Don't forget to vote.
Candidate forums for select races, moderated by the League of Women Voters, are currently being broadcast on TV Tacoma, Channel 12, and are available on demand at tacoma.gov and the City of Tacoma's YouTube page. If you are not yet a registered voter, you can register at the Pierce County Elections Office or at Tacoma Public Libraries. Every public library in Pierce County and Tacoma will also provide voter assistance on Election Day. All ballots in their signed envelopes must be in drop boxes or postmarked by 8 p.m. on August 5th. Visit piercecountywa.gov and click on the Voter Information tab for information about voter registration, drop box locations, candidate bios, and more. The Tacoma Police Department held an awards ceremony honoring top officers for their dedication and bravery. Chief Patty Jackson spoke to the assembled members of the police department and their families and loved ones.
We gather here not just to hand out awards, but to pause. In a job that rarely lets us hit the brakes, this is one of those rare moments where we get to stop and acknowledge the impact you're making. Across all 3 of our bureaus, operations, investigations, and administrative services, you've shown what it means to serve with heart, with grit, and professionalism.
National Night Out is Tuesday, August 5th. The official City of Tacoma celebration is held at People's Center from 3 p.m. until dusk. Admission is free. Come out and celebrate with your neighbors, enjoy live music, dance performances, food, video games, bouncy houses, a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and more. There are also multiple neighborhood events going on at the same time around the city. To find the closest one to you, visit safest.org/NNO. The 2025 Pride Fest and Porch Fest events were recently held and were both a rousing success. Tacoma Pride Fest was back at Wright Park this year. Thousands of people came out to celebrate and honor the LGBTQIA2S+ community. Attendees enjoyed live music, food, vendor booths, and a great time with their neighbors. On the same day, thousands of people also came out to enjoy Porch Fest, a free walkable music festival that takes place on porches. This was the 4th year of the event and the first to expand to 2 days. The first Porch Fest featured 50 bands on 35 porch stages. This year had over 200 bands playing on 65 stages and an estimated 8,000 to 10,000 attendees. If you're interested in participating in next year's Porch Fest, visit tacomaporchfest.org. On Saturday, August 9th, you're invited to the 20th Annual In the Spirit Arts Market and Northwest Native Festival at the Washington State History Museum, Tacoma Art Museum, and Museum of Glass. This free community festival features live music, art exhibitions, a fashion show, artisan vendors, interactive activities, food, and complimentary museum admission. For more information, visit washingtonhistory.org/exhibit/in-the-spirit-2025. After the break, Connor Shultz, a senior community mobilization specialist with Safe Streets, joins us to talk about the organization's mission and more about how you can get involved in this year's National Night Out events. Catch you on the other side. Welcome back to Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. Safe Streets is an organization that believes communities have the power to reach their full potential by uniting for the common good. Connor Shultz, a Safe Streets senior community mobilization specialist, joins us now to talk about their mission and how you can get involved. Welcome to the show, Connor.
Happy to be here.
So, Connor, we have a few questions for you to share with our viewers about Safe Streets. And so can you tell our viewers, what does Safe Streets do?
Safe Streets is invested in the, kind of as you said already, in helping neighborhoods become everything that they can possibly be. Most of the time, a neighborhood will have a concern about something or other. It's usually criminal activity or public safety kind of concerns. And as you can expect, a neighborhood will be, they want things to be better. And so they'll get together and they'll discuss about the nature of whatever this problem has to be. And most of the time, unfortunately, everybody is very emotionally invested because this is something that is very concerning to them. It is very close to home. And the conversation has a habit of getting away from them. And so the first thing that we at Safe Streets do is we help with that initial conversation to say, what are your concerns? What is happening in your neighborhood that you're worried about? And then turning the discussion to what can we as a community do to address those problems? We have plenty of organizations, plenty of government entities, etc., that are tasked with addressing a lot of these problems. Police is probably the easiest thing when people think of, we have criminal activity that needs to be dealt with. We call the police. Well, there are other things that are available as well, and things that members of the community can do to help prevent those things from happening and address them when they do, so that the problem is less of an issue and that lightens the load on everybody involved.
Right, right. And so along those lines, how would a person or neighborhood start a group?
Neighborhood groups, most of the people, when they reach out, they're usually thinking something along the lines of a neighborhood watch. And it's a fairly common trope, even though it is not particularly common as an actual institute or organization. So most of the time, someone is interested in starting something, they may reach out to Safe Streets first, or what is always the most important first step is to get to know your neighbor. Understanding where everybody is and what people are concerned about helps the neighborhood as a whole stick together and assist each other with the concerns that they're having.
Right. And that sense of community is very important, to your point about the example you just used. Having that sense of community, getting to know your neighbors is very important. And in addition to that, what are some simple activities that neighborhoods can do together?
That sense of community is one of the major things that we try and emphasize at Safe Streets, because when people think of crime prevention, they usually think of things like security cameras, fences, locking doors, and while yes, that does provide a means to prevent criminal activity from occurring, there are other ways that are less confining and a lot more of a positive face. And a major portion of that is getting to know your neighbors. Something as simple as getting outside, walking around, just keeping an eye out and interacting with the people who are around you. that by itself is a great beginning. And then as additional concerns perhaps arise, you can then begin to discuss those concerns that everyone is having. Right. And then if there is interest, you then bring everybody together in one spot to discuss, okay, here is what we are seeing in regards to this problem. Right. What are you, Brian, who lives across the way, see about this problem? Then everybody gets a full idea of what is happening, and then you can start forming ideas and plans of what you want to do to be able to address it. And then just having that opportunity to actively engage with each other as a community. Yes. Positive interactions. It doesn't always have to be about someone policing the cars in the area or about drug activity. It could just be, we're here because this is where we live. Right. We love living here, and we want to spend some time together as a community. One of the big things that we do with Safe Streets is that we coordinate National Night Out, which is a big national, as the name implies, get-together. It's an opportunity for neighbors and neighborhoods to get together as a community and enjoy an evening together. It always takes place on the first Tuesday of August. Most of the time people just get together and have like a potluck or a barbecue. Some people get really into it and have full-on games, competitions, performances. It's just whatever you can do with your time. We help coordinate between all of those different activities that are happening. There are currently just about 60 events happening across the county, currently registered. And I help coordinate between all those different events and law enforcement, fire departments, elected officials. They take this as an opportunity to go out and interact with all of these different neighborhoods, to build some positive relationships as well.
Well, that has been wonderful information to share with our viewers. I'm so excited that you're able to come onto the show and share with our viewers everything that you're doing in Safe Streets and all the what you're working on right now. We're looking forward to having you back to give us more info about all the newest developments. And thank you just so much for what you're doing in general.
Thank you so much.
Very important, and I hope that the message has been clearly relayed to our viewers. It's about community. You know, I mean, back in the day, we'd watch the TV shows where, you know, someone moved in and you'd have a new neighbor bring you a cake or cookies or whatever. But nowadays, it's just about, hey, you know, introducing yourself. So getting to know the people in your neighborhood. So thank you for sharing that information. And we definitely look forward to an update.
I'll be happy to come back.
All right. Thanks, Connor. That wraps up another episode of Tacoma Report. For more information on what's going on in and around the city, visit tacoma.gov. Until next time, I'm Laura Proctor. Stay tuned and stay connected.